What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are preparing physically, mentally, and spiritually for the dark times that are ahead of us, and hope you guys getting right with God and staying strong. Got some more points from me, show you guys today. And we have another cyber attack, and this time we have one that supposedly is targeting Red Cross. And it says cyber attack on Red Cross compromises data of more than 515,000 people. And shouldn't be a surprise to you. Like I've been saying, folks, these people are ramping up this agenda as time goes on, and you can clearly see that. And you know, the World Economic Forum, they've told you what they're up to. They've told you what the game plan is with this agenda right here, and they're not going to stop, folks. They're not going to stop. Eventually it's going to start it's going to start hitting the banks, and then that's when you'll start seeing things get ugly. But keep preparing yourselves as much as you can, because you never know when it's going to happen. You never know when all of these different things are going to take place. But it's going to get much worse. It says the personal data of more than 515,000 highly vulnerable people were compromised in a cyber attack on a contractor used by the International Committee of the Red Cross. The organization said Wednesday. Why it matters: the attack compromised data from at least 60 Red Cross and Red Crescent national societies worldwide. As of yet, there is no indication that the info has been leaked, according to the ICRC. The vulnerable individuals whose information was compromised in the attack include people separated from their families due to conflict or disaster, missing persons, and people in detention, per the organization. ICRC Director General Robert Mardini appealed to the unknown perpetrators of the attack, asking them not to share, sell, leak, or otherwise use this data. What they are saying: an attack on the data of people who are missing makes the anguish and suffering for those families even more difficult to endure. Now, keep in mind, folks, that this is all by design. Keep in mind, no matter who they try to blame it on and say it was, they're not going to tell you the truth about who's really behind this. This is all by design. Everything they're doing is all planned in advance. And this right here is just another step further into their agenda with this cyber thing, right? But you've seen what these people have been saying about it, folks. You know, the same people who have been behind every single bit of the scam that started in 2020, right? And the same people who literally did a exercise before all of that started. The same people that were behind Event 201 are now telling you about this and warning you of the big things that are going to be coming from things like this. And many other things as well, you know, the climate agenda, the thing that Bill Gates has been talking about for over a decade, so many different things, cashless society, CBDC, you know, we can go all day talking about this, but be as ready as you possibly can be, because whenever they decide to flip the switch, and I'm talking flip the switch as in it's going to, you know, the event that's going to be taking place, that's going to really make 2020 and 2021 look like it was just nothing, right? And that event is coming, you know, but not a single person in this world can tell you when it's going to happen, because nobody knows except for those who have these things planned out. But the best thing you can do is prepare yourselves physically, and most importantly, mentally and spiritually. But it says, for the next article, this is another good website that actually stays updated and pays very close attention to what the World Economic Forum does. And it says, World Economic Forum Global Risks Report warns of cyber, you know what, erosion of public trust and social cohesion. Came out recently. But of course, they're having their meetings talking about what they're up to and what they're planning and whatnot, right? As usual, having their roundtable discussions about, the next crisis that they're going to carry out, which is coming. And it says the World Economic Forum's annual global risk report echoes warnings of a looming cyber, and an erosion of public trust and social cohesion, which serves the who guys. For a great reset of social contracts in the global economy, the world must act jointly and swiftly to revamp all aspects of our societies and economies, from education to social contracts and working conditions. We must build entirely new foundations for our economic and social systems. Now is the time for a great reset. A quote from Klaus Schwab in 2020. And I remember when he also talked about how, this entire scam, the whole situation and all of these different things that went down from this scam, which is just the test run. All that stuff that started in 2020 was just a big test run and a warm up for the bigger things that they have planned. And that test was mainly for them to see how far they could go with it. But now they know that it was a success for them, and in return, they're going to come with bigger things and things that are going to be much worse, since they know it was so easy for them to get their way with that dry run, test run, warm-up round, whatever you want to call it. So keep preparing yourselves. But I remember when Klaus Schwab talked about how, it's such a great opportunity, with all of these things that have came out of this massive scam that started in 2020. He talked about, it's such a great opportunity for, for our great reset. It poses us, or not poses, but it gives them good chances, right, to do what they need to do, to move society further into the type of reality that they want everybody living in. Right, you get the point pretty much, and, it's not getting any better, folks. Don't let a single person in this world sit there and tell you that things are going to go back to how they used to be before 2020, because it's not happening, folks, whether people know it or not. For the World Economic Forum Global Risk Report 2022, it's pretty much a regurgitation of what they already said. The identical categories are economy, environment, geopolitics, society, technology. All solutions. I'm going to skip over that. Okay, so this is something right here that I've talked about last year, a few months ago specifically. And I made a video mentioning how the World Economic Forum mentioned this right here. And they have a whole video on it, and it says a cyber attack with what like characteristics would spread faster and further than any what. So yeah, folks, be as ready as you possibly can be for the next round, and I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out.